Here
we go.
What's going on, Voodies? It's your boy, Johnny B. And right away, I want to thank you for supporting the VooDoo Chef podcast. I mean, your support means the world. And you know, VooDoo Chef is my guy. And the podcast is pretty entertaining, even when it's not. So make sure 8 o'clock every Tuesday, you're watching this live stream and remind yourself to do so. How do you do that? Like middle-aged messes like me? Yeah, you remind with a tube or a phone. I like the tube myself. Alexa, remind me to watch the VooDoo Chef podcast live streaming every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. There she is. She's reminding me. And now she will every Tuesday. So make sure you do that. Subscribe wherever you like to listen to podcasts and keep showing support. We appreciate it, Voodies.
VooDoo Chef with his magic knife cuts through the air like a ghost in the night. Butter sizzle so on fire, bacon crackles hot desire. Caffeine kicks me awake, I'm alive. Caught through the madness, gotta survive. Bourbon's what keeps the demons at bay. VooDoo Chef spell we obey. Butter, bacon, caffeine, comfort, and he's got the cure for whatever's hurting. Butter, bacon, caffeine, comfort, and life's a feast in the chaos for certain.
What is going on, Voodies? It is definitely a parental advisory night tonight. Mitch, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, my goodness, man. It is a hot one here in Tampa, Florida, but I got to tell you, I wouldn't want to be any other place in the world.
That's right. You're cooking outside, right?
Always, always, always.
It's a nice, comfortable 73 degrees in here right now.
You know, it's actually really nice outside today in Tampa. It's not too humid where I am. I don't know what these are all about, but you know, I do have the bandana on tonight instead of the hat because it's still a little warm. I've got half a gallon of water over there chilling because got to stay hydrated here in Tampa.
Absolutely.
Beautiful day though, man. Beautiful day. So, dude, it's a new episode of VooDoo Chef Live, Mise Fire VooDoo Cook, and we did this. We started 2 weeks ago. We cooked with Wicked. You were called to the table, and you said, "Dude, I am so in," and I'm super stoked, man. You and I are pals. We go back for quite some time, and I'm excited that we're going to get to hang and cook tonight.
This will be interesting. I've been mising for the past hour.
So let's take a good. For those of you who don't know, every time we do VooDoo Chef live, we're going to bring in a new guest, and we start with a protein. After we decide on a protein that we're both down. Look, I'm over here. I got the wrong camera. I'm over here looking at this, and I'm over here. So watch this. Booyah. Our technical producers aren't really on. The production crew's a little off today. Every week we're going to, well, every episode, we're going to have a new guest, and we're going to pick a protein, and then we will choose a starch, a veg, and a VooDoo flavor profile. And I will leave the first pick up to our guest, and then I choose, and then they choose, and we'll come up with the items we got to cook. We agree on our protein, and then we decide starch, veg, and VooDoo flavor profile. And then both of us within 30 minutes are going to cook a dish under those guidelines and requirements. So let's take a look at when Mitch and I sat down to choose our VooDoo like we do selections, I guess. And you'll see how we came up with this. We did this just maybe a week and a half ago. And then that gave us time to get our grocery items. So if you were watching and you went and bought your groceries, get ready to cook along because that's right around the corner. But let's take a look at how we got where we're at tonight, sitting out here in the hot, hot Florida evening. And Mitch is in that beautiful 73-degree AC. Here we go.
All right, Mitch, you accepted the call. You're ready to show us how you voodoo. Next week, we're going to be tackling the protein shrimp. So start thinking, because you're going to get to choose between starch, veg, or voodoo. So if we're doing shrimp, which category do you want to choose from? And then tell us what you're going to choose.
That's a tough one.
It really is. I'm sitting here going, I'm trying to figure out what you're going to pick so I can get ready with my next pick, because I got all kinds of things going through my head.
I mean, there's the obvious. Let's pick the starch and go with grits. But then there's the, that's so one-dimensional.
And it's in my wheelhouse.
So.
And you had commented one time, you said, man, if we do this, I'm picking the flavor profile first. I'm going voodoo. So I'm really curious to see which direction you're going to go.
So I've come up with a secret weapon now on the voodoo.
Uh-oh.
I've got a one in mind that I think I'd be able to use in anything we came up with.
Well,
let's have some fun with it. Let's start with the voodoo.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm going to go with Voodoo Zing.
Holy cow, dude. We wrote Zing. We put Zing in a bottle just for BRE. And it's going to be my mission to not make BRE for this dish. So if you're going with the voodoo, I'm going to go to the starch. And I'm going to pick rice. And that leaves things wide open.
Ooh.
That leaves things wide open. So we got shrimp. We got zing and we got rice. That leaves vegetable for you, my friend.
That also makes it interesting because rice, if you do it right, you gotta get that timing on it.
Right. We got 30 minutes. How about go ballsy and let's see you do some arborio, dude.
Well, that's what's going through my head right now, right? And so I think I am going to go with that the veg I had been thinking about.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
So wait, before I say the veg.
Yep.
We need protein, starch, and veg. Can they be together?
This needs to be a composed dish. We don't want a cafeteria 1, 2, 3. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a composed dish. So it is meant to be that center of the plate presentation. We're not talking about, we're going to get the Alice Springs chicken with broccoli and some rice. A composed dish.
All right.
Damn, maybe I shouldn't have taken rice.
Mushrooms.
What'd you pick?
Mushrooms.
Holy cow. So we got shrimp, we've got rice, we've got mushrooms, and we've got zing. Wow. You know what? Hey, if you're out there watching, that gives you 1 week to order your zing, to go do your shopping, create your menu, whatever you're going to cook, and you too can voodoo like we do. Mitch, I can't wait till next week. I think this is going to be a tough one. We got our hands full, and I think, like
Absolutely.
you say, it's all about the timing.
Yeah, and like there's such an obvious dish with it that comes to mind, but to me that's too obvious and too easy.
I think if you try to pull off a mushroom risotto with shrimp, you're on crack, because ain't nobody doing that in 30 minutes and doing it right. With that said, I'll see you in 1 week, my friend.
Oh, man. Dude, I got to tell you, I might be smoking crack.
Are you going to try and do it?
Risotto. I got my risotto right here, buddy. So Mitch, we picked our ingredients, and that leaves a little bit of time to come up with our menu. So we picked shrimp, and then we went to the zing, and I have my entire table laid out, and I forgot to bring the Voodoo Pantry out, so I had to run over and grab my zing during that video. You chose the most versatile seasoning we have, and probably the most addictive. People buy this, they start making the ranch dressing, BRE, recipes on the bottle right there. And they get super excited about Zing. But then, like yourself, they start putting it on food, and they start realizing that it goes well beyond the ranch dressing. And so they start getting excited about the flavors and everything it lends. And it's quite addictive. So you chose Zing. And then we went with rice, and then we went with mushrooms. So I'm very curious, what did you come up with?
So I'm cheating. I'm doing pad thai.
You're doing pad thai
with rice noodles.
I absolutely love it, man. So walk me through real quick, because once we start cooking, we found out real quick last week that everybody shuts up and doesn't talk anymore. So walk me through your pad thai real quick, and then we'll ask questions again.
So for me, the biggest thing is lots of fresh ingredients, a lot of flavors in the sauce, getting a good cook on that shrimp. Yeah, and that's about it. And nice presentation.
I'm going to ask you, did you cheat? Did you cook your noodles in advance? Looky. I love it, man. I love it. So I will be doing... Let's see if we can get my camera up here. A little, maybe one way or another. I have my arborio right here. I will be doing saffron risotto with shrimp and mushrooms. And Godspeed that I pull this off in 30 minutes. I was talking a lot of shit about you got to be an idiot, you got to be on crack. And you know what?
I just hope you don't crack a tooth, man.
Right. We're going to see. And if you're ready, we're going to run a quick commercial, and then we'll be back, and we're going to fire live. And in 30 minutes, we're going to create two wonderful dishes to just have some fun. Got to give a big shout out to Aldo Carl Miller, Dahlia Johnson, Rupert 10429, W.S. Brooks, UF, Miss Uriel, and Chef Pat Arts for joining in tonight. If you want to get in on the comments, jump over onto the Facebook page or the YouTube page. For some reason, the Insta comments don't show up on our main squeeze. We got Chef Jojo checking in on Instagram as well. Jump over onto the main page. Don't forget to share this out. Let everybody know where you're at tonight. Hit the ring the bell, ding-a-ling, check the box, whatever it is you fucking do. When we come back, it's time. So we'll see you in just a bit.
Hi, my name is Sunny. Today we're making some VooDoo Chef Nashville Hot Tenders with our fried batter mix and our Nashville Hot seasoning. So what we're gonna do is grab our chicken that's been marinated in half and half and lime juice. We're gonna grab 3 of these right here, and then we're gonna dredge them into the fried batter mix. We're gonna evenly coat these. Make sure you get every single nook and cranny dredged up. I'm gonna pat the dredged flour off. I'm gonna put it on our pan. And the next step is we're gonna put them in the fryer. I'm gonna fry these off. All right, now we're at the fryer. We're gonna drop our tenders down. Now we're gonna let these fry for about 6 to 8 minutes until they're fully golden brown and they're ready to toss in our Nashville Hot. Now we're gonna make our Nashville Hot tenders with some hot fry oil and the Nashville Hot. We're gonna grab 1 ounce of hot fry oil, same one we're using to cook the chicken. Now we're gonna grab our Nashville Hot VooDoo seasoning. We're gonna put about 2 tablespoons of this. All you gotta do is just mix it up together. Now we pull up our tenders. right here. It's so crisp, you can almost hear it. I like that color of it as well. Now we're gonna put them in the bowl. Now we're gonna toss them in. Toss them in that hot, spicy, natural hot. Now for the taste test. Try this Nashville hot chicken. That's definitely hot with this sweetness on the tender, the kickback of the cayenne. Ooh, it's real hot. We gotta cool it down with a little bit of BRE, best ranch ever. Real good. Nashville hot, VooDoo Chef.
In my opinion, tell me, baby, listen up. VooDoo Chef is here. He's about to just rub. He'll taste it all. Give his honest critique. No sugar-coated words. He's the one they seek.
What's going on, Voodies? You know, I love macarons. And Shay Sweets, my girl Shay Daniels, makes the absolute best. I want you to check out this drop-off today. Red, white, and blue. Not only all-American, but oh my God, this one is called Nostalgia. That is a bomb pop. An old school bomb pop right off the ice cream truck. You've got the colors, you've got the flavors. You've got red, white, and blue. You've got lime, you've got cherry, and you've got blue raspberry. In my opinion, these are the best. Oh my God, that's nostalgia. Get you some Shay Sweets.
In my opinion,
I get asked all the time, why Tequila 512? And it would be real easy for me to say it's the 100% blue agave, the locally sourced volcanic spring water, the triple distillation, the 24-hour charcoal filtration. Hell, we could talk about bourbon barrels, the oxygenation process, but at the end of the day, it just tastes damn good. Tequila 512, the official tequila of the VooDoo Chef. It's time for the twins, Black and Nola. If you like the flavor of New Orleans, we got it right here and here. VooDoo Chef Blackening Seasoning. Create the perfect redfish, just like our boys up in New Orleans. But if you're looking for a little more of that Creole flavor, just grab the original Nola, New Orleans, Louisiana. Get your blackening, get your Creole, all in one shot. Whiskey lovers know how critical temperature variations are to aging whiskey. Blue Note Bourbon is crafted in Memphis, Tennessee, where it is aged in their warehouses located just east of the Mississippi River. And based on its fruity vanilla flavor with smooth oak finish, the unique microclimate of the region with high humidity and steady temperature adds up to create the perfect place for aging. Head down to the crossroads and jump into a juke joint and enjoy every bluesy note of the official bourbon of the VooDoo Chef, Blue Note Bourbon. All right, we're back. We're going to do a little bit of camera arrangement real quick here, and then we are going to get started. Mitch, are you all set?
I'm set. I'm ready to go.
All right, man. Look, I've got our timer for 15 minutes here. I'm sorry. I got it set for 25. That's going to give us our 5-minute countdown.
Gotcha.
It'll take me a second to turn around and get the 5-minute going because I'm, got to push buttons and shit, and that's tough work. But if you're ready.
I'm ready.
You know what? We got our Mise. We got our fire. We got our VooDoo. Let's cook. All right, Mitch, I'm going to start things off here. I got a little bit of chicken stock on my fire here. I have it up to 10. Now, when we're making risotto, what we want to make sure we do is when we're adding our stock to cook the risotto, we need to make sure that stock is hot. You can use vegetable stock, you can use chicken stock, you can use straight wine. But when we add it, we want to make sure that it's hot, because every time we add it to the risotto, if it's not hot or warm, it's going to reduce that temperature of the pot and slow the cooking, stop the cooking. We need to keep that cooking going so that we have that total extraction of the starch. So I'm already boiling here. I have some dried mushrooms. I'm going to drop some dried mushrooms into the bottom of a 1 quart. You see right here. And I'm going to add my stock right on top of that. And those mushrooms are going to add extra umami to my stock, which is going to lend itself to my risotto. Now, when we talk about the stock, generally, rough estimate 3-to-1 on your stock to your risotto. So I'm getting my pan going, bringing my pan up to temp. I got to get started quick. That's why I'm doing all the talking out of the gate, because I chose to do risotto and everything's live here. I got a shallot. I'm going to break this down real quick. We're going to add half a shallot to my pan along with my risotto. I'm going to saute that to coat the risotto in the oil, but also to bring out a little bit of that nutty aroma of that rice. So that's what I got going on now. I'm going to add my grapeseed oil, no flavor, high smoke point, about 1.5 tablespoons. I've got a cup of risotto and half a shallot. Mitch, your turn. Catch us up where you at. Tell me what you're making.
What was that?
Tell me what you're doing, buddy. We know you're making pad thai. What's the start point there?
So I got some onions going, and I got my mushrooms on and some sesame oil. I'm working on the sauce now with a fresh garlic and get some ginger. I've already got measured out some tamarind, some soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame oil, fish sauce, and I got a little bit of slurry going, so we'll add a little bit of thickness to it. And then, of course, we're going to use the zing to add that traditional spice to it because of that cayenne. You put enough zing in anything, you're going to get that kick that you want. That's why I love it so much, because of that.
And the beauty of the zing, the kick comes from the back. You're not going to feel it on the front end, which is a mistake most people use when cooking. If you're following along, you can see my oil starting to smoke, hitting that smoke point. Going to add my rice, and we're going to get a nice little movement on that. I got my garlic. I'm mincing down my garlic, and we're going to add our shallots, half a shallot, and garlic. We're going to add it all at the same time here because we're just getting color on our, we're bringing out that nutty flavor of our risotto. We're not really looking to cook it. So as the onions are becoming translucent and my risotto is gaining that nutty aroma, we're going to hit it at about the same time. And this is happening real fast here, guys. Again, we're trying to meet that 30-minute mark. In industry, we might par cook our risotto so that you can have it a little faster. Higher-end restaurants might take it start to finish. We're going start to finish today. My onions are translucent. Here we go. Nice. Oh, nice little deglaze here. You're going to see a lot of people use wine. If you're going, why is he not using wine? My only comment is, I thought you knew me. Little tequila 512. And we want to make sure we cook off all the alcohol. We don't want to leave that remnant of flavor. We want the flavor of the tequila, the agave, the vanilla, not the alcohol. And like I said, we're happening fast here. We're already ready for our first round of stock. So we're going to add,
make it then.
Reduce the temp. We want to add enough stock to cover our rice. And the trick with risotto, movement. Don't stop moving your rice.
So you're pretty much in one spot. You can't move around.
Right. I can't do anything now. Now I got to just sit here and hang out and watch you cook. I have some saffron. We're going to add to this now. Now, some people rehydrate their saffron or hydrate their saffron. They'll put it in hot water and then they'll blitz it. I don't mind the threads in there. I think I like people knowing they're there, seeing the threads. But we're going to add about, the recipe says 5 to 7. We're doubling that because I want a nice, strong saffron flavor. And
Can I tell you my saffron story from culinary school?
No, go for it. Did you have to pick it?
No, so it was first class production, right? And we're doing soups, and he assigns us this cherry soup with saffron. And you're supposed to, they tell you when you're garnishing, garnish with things that are in it, add color and stuff like that. Well, we're like, all right, so we'll just throw some saffron on the top of this cherry soup.
Tell me you put it on like it was microgreens.
Yeah, and he started talking about the cost of it, and it's like, well, okay, so we won't be doing that one again.
Well, a lot of people don't realize there's only 3 to 5 stems per plant, and they're hand picked. So when you think about that, 3 to 5 stem per plant, and it's a beautiful, beautiful plant, and they're hand picked out. So think of the cost of the labor to make that happen, and here you are putting it on like it's lettuce.
Right.
All right, I'm adding more stock already, and we're just going to let this slowly do its thing. You might wonder why I'm running it around the rim. Every time I shake the pan, some of the risotto sticks to the side of the pan. Rather than get my spoon or my spat, I'm just putting the stock down the side and letting that happen. What do you got going on, Mitch?
Finishing up, working on getting the sauce finished up. I've got the mushrooms going. Get them cooked down, get the flavor out. Get that sauce on there shortly. Get a little bit of the rest of it put together. We'll have some red peppers for color. And then we'll have some bean sprouts in there. Of course, the waiting on the water to boil so we can get our rice noodles in.
Man, you should have had that on in advance.
Well, the water's hot. 6 to 8 minutes. We got this.
I was going to say, most kitchens you walk into, one of the first things we do is put on a pot of hot water and get that rolling so that if we need it, it's already there. And that's definitely not cheating. That's pretty much industry standard. So that would have totally been A-okay.
I forgot to turn it back up on the commercial. I already had it up.
So, I'm doing a little bit of prep as my risotto's cooking because we are going to add some tomato to it. We are going to add some asparagus to it. So I'm doing a little bit of those cuts while this is going through. But we're having real fast absorption out here tonight. Might be that humidity adding to the process here, the expediting that heat. So I turned my heat down just a little bit. We've got 16 minutes, and I won't start getting worried until we get down to 5 minutes on the first timer. So, Friday night I went to AC/DC, Mitch, and I was watching Angus play. Somebody said he did a 12-minute solo. I love watching guitar players play, but I got to tell you, that solo felt more like 4 days.
Yeah,
it was long, but one thing he did, he'd be playing his guitar and he'd be, playing with this hand, and he'd hold this hand up while he's playing with one hand, and he would go nuts. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to incorporate that into my cooking? So, here's my rock star swirl. With one hand, I want to hear the masses and masses of people yell. Quite honestly, it's not that hard what he was doing, but he's Angus Young, and he's a badass, and one of the top 10 concerts I've ever been to. Just a great show. Mad props.
Yeah,
DC.
I was jealous that I couldn't go to that one.
Oh, just such a good time. Now, right around the corner, we got Metallica. Will you be at that one?
I will be at that one. Both my daughters are going with me on that one.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't think I've seen Metallica. Oh, I have seen them once since And Justice for All, but prior to seeing them at Camping World Stadium with Seven Dust, I hadn't seen him since And Justice for All. So this tour looks amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited because the first time I saw him, I was sick as a dog, but I told my friends I'm not missing it. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. And as Laura just said, and Limp Bizkit. And she, yeah.
What's your favorite song by Metallica?
Me?
Yeah.
I like Inner Sandman. I like one. I don't know. It's hard to pick one. I mean, like they're the band that if I'm in a bad mood, I can turn them on, crank them all the way up, and I'll feel better after about half an hour.
Right.
So
I used to play Metallica in the car on the way to college.
yeah.
We were commuters. And oh my God, Metallica drives Marie insane. She can't stand it. But that was always humorous, cranking that up and her threatening to throw me out of the car. My favorite song is Seek and Destroy, man. Just all
Yeah, that's a good one too. I like that one.
awesome tune. So it's going to be a fun time. Mitch, where are you at? I've got my vegetables almost completely diced. We've got 13 minutes until the first 25 is done. My risotto's coming along. Where are you at? I could almost smell the sesame oil because I want to eat your dish so badly and I'm not there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, here comes the zing. All right, we're gonna fix some people out there. I hate when I see people take their asparagus, line it up, and then take their knife and just cut the asparagus. That's not how you should handle asparagus. The asparagus will tell you where the good part of the asparagus is. All you want to do is grab the bottom of the asparagus and pull it towards you and let it break naturally. This is going to be super bitter. This is going to be your yummy goodness. So we're going to repeat that with our asparagus. It's okay if you do more than one at a time. Just hold them down low and find that natural break point. Let the freshness of the product tell you what you want to eat rather than, trying to be all perfect and getting them all the same size. Let the product tell you, because if you're trying to be perfect and you're going through and trying to make them all even and all that stuff, you're going to get a subpar product, and then you're going to blame it on the product when in all reality, you didn't handle it properly. And that poor product is from you not knowing how to handle it.
Hey, what size asparagus are you using?
I got pencil asparagus. What do you like?
I like them as thin as possible. I can't do those really thick ones. And for me, it can't cook very long at all. It's got to be crispy.
Well, everybody knows I don't like vegetables. So, asparagus is a vegetable that I will eat, but I don't eat it very often.
Right.
I don't like the after effects of it either, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you can see my board way over here. I cut the tips off, and now I'm just going to cut these into little small slices.
Yeah.
Because, when we're making a dish, we have to make sure we're following proper portion sizes. Of course, Mitch is doing a pasta dish, so he might have a little more pasta than normal. I'm doing a rice dish. I might have a little more starch than normal, but we want to try to keep our protein between 4 and 6 ounces, our vegetables to about 1/3 to 1/2 cup, and then your starch to about 1/3 or 1/2 cup. And that's going to keep us where we need to be portion size wise. I think I'm at my last ladle of stock here. And the only reason I know that, I haven't tasted my product yet. I know it's 3 cups to 1 cup, but I also know that the arborio is going to about triple in size. So as I'm watching this, I've been watching my arborio grow. We want to cook with all senses, and that's what I've been doing. My arborio has constantly been absorbing that liquid. It's gotten up there, and if you look at it, See if we can get this up to the camera without dripping too much. You can see that we are about, just over double in size. So now we got to make sure we get to that point to where she's good to go. We got 9 minutes left in the first 25 minutes. We're going to get a little taste on this and see where she's at. I can already tell it feels a little firm. Still a little firm, but we're good. We got plenty of time. Man, the saffron, the tequila, and the chicken stock's playing so yummy together. Mitch, give us an update.
The rice noodles are in. Sauce is cooking down. Getting the pan warmed up to start doing the shrimp. So by the time that pasta comes out and gets cooled off, we'll have everything ready to start doing the last bit before we put it all together.
You know, we've gotten a lot of comments on this. We've got Cleaner saying Whiskey in a Jar is his favorite song.
That's a good one, too.
It's a great song. It's a cover, but it's a great song.
Yeah, that was, what's his name?
Thin Lizzy.
That's not who I was thinking of, but that works, too.
I'm almost a hundo. It's Thin Lizzy.
I thought they do that with Willie Nelson.
Oh man, they may have done it with him.
But it wasn't his song?
No, I'm almost 100%. It's Thin Lizzy. Oh man,
you would know better than I would.
This risotto is coming together real good here. You can see it getting starchy and creamy. We're gonna go for some more stock here. It was still, very tough, as Mitch says. Don't break your teeth. We are cooking outside. I got a moth flying around me. It is getting dark here in T-Town. I live on a conservation, so that way it's already black. You still got a little bit of sunset behind me, but this stupid-ass ring light pointing at me has all the bugs coming right at me. Peter says his favorite song is Master of Puppets, another great song.
Master of Puppets. Yeah, it'd be great to have some Metallica playing right now. Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to be heard.
Look at this risotto.
Look at this lousy match.
Ooh. We are super close here. We got 7 minutes this first cook. I'm telling you right now, I don't think I'm too concerned about finishing, Mitchell. And you?
Now I got about 3 more minutes on the pasta. Leave me with solid 8 for cooking the shrimp, putting it all together.
That sounded like you're going to be right on time. I got to tell you, we brought some gnocchis for garnish, and I'm going to have to pick through because the Florida sun has played a number on my gnocchis and done some damage, but I think we have some that are salvageable, so we're going to be good to go. The only thing I got to do is make sure I have my garlic ready because my risotto's done. I get my last piece of garlic diced down, and I'm on saute shrimp, buddy. We got Dahlia checking in. Dahlia says Fade to Black's her favorite Metallica song. I'm curious, what would you guys have done with rice, shrimp, zing, and mushroom? Cleaner, you're cooking every day, self-made ambassador. What would you have done? And anybody else out there, I'd love to hear what you would have made, because that's what this is all about, just showing different ideas, thoughts, cooking, hanging out, talking. We're trying to keep up with the talking, but we're doing all the
Well, it just changing one ingredient could have changed the whole thing. Like if I'd picked Nola, I'd have gone a completely different direction.
1,000%. I still would have been an asshole and done risotto. All right, I'm back to my ACDC.
I would pick up some Zatarans.
Zatarans. I hate Zatarans. I don't like celery seed. All right, we're down to 5 minutes on the first cook. Oh, I got to tell you, bro, This might be one of the better ones I've made. It's because I'm outside. That's what it is. All right, I'm putting my ladle in the dirties. You know what that means? That means my risotto is done, Poppy. All right, if you're scoring at home, watch what we do here. My risotto is not really done. It's about one more hydration away from being done. So what I want to do is I need to get my shrimp going. And if you can see here, my bug light is fucking something up right now. I love it. As long as it ain't a snake, we're good. All right, so I got my final chicken stock hydration going here. And that's still going to need a little more cook behind it. So I have to get my shrimp going. So I'm going to take my risotto and pull it aside. And I'm going to use my official industry lid and cover it. And if you didn't see what that was, that's a plate. All right, so now I'm going to get a new pan on. 3 minutes in our initial cook. 25 minutes. And I'm going to get this bad boy hot. I've got my shrimp already peeled. I've got my veggies already cut here. And now it's time to get my shrimp going. And with 3 minutes left, we could not have planned this any better. We're going to go back to our grapeseed oil. You always condition your pan, and then you condition your fat. Oh, man. I remember back in the 80s, 90s, learning to cook shrimp scampi out at the Castaway under Chef Anthony Chick. And I thought it was the best thing ever. I thought I was the tits. And then you just, you know, that's your first. And then you get opened up to more and more and more, and you learn more and more and more. And then you start to take what you've learned and utilize it in other projects. Just absolutely amazing. All my talking. Guess what I forgot? My tomatoes are supposed to go in the risotto now. So, boom. Real quick, while my oil's heating, adding those tomatoes. I'm going to give it a little stir. I want those tomatoes to break down in the steam. With that lid, we're good to go. How you doing, Mitch?
I'm doing good. A little bit behind where I should have been. Should have had that shrimp on a few minutes ago. But
You know that, isn't it funny how we just kind of know where we want to have it on, but where we end up having it on, and just is what it is. All right, so I got 2630 Tigers. I P&D, dropping them in the pan.
oh, so the I didn't mention this, but I coated the shrimp in the zing. So it's getting seared with the zing on it.
Dude, your stuff's going to have a little kick, bro.
That's the way I like my time, man.
All right, so I actually yell at my kids for using spats or tongs to stir their food. But we cook with open flame. We're cooking with induction here. And every time I pick my pan up, my heat turns off. So that's why we're stirring. We're getting a nice color on the outside of our shrimp. And you may see all these TikToks, you know, you want the shape of your shrimp to talk to you. And just cook your damn shrimp. Know how to cook your shrimp. My pirate bottle opener right there. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to deglaze with the tequila, keep the flavors the same. We're going to cook off that tequila. I got to tell you, the smell of that vanilla, Mitch, makes me want a glass of tequila right now. In go my garlic, my shallots, my asparagus cuts.
Looking good.
And I'm dropping in my tips. All right, homie. I'm at a real good point. We got 10 seconds for me to reset the time. Where are you hanging right now?
I'm about ready to start getting it all put together, stir fry it up a little bit, and calling it a day.
Right? All right, here we go. We're on home stretch. I'm going to reset this bad boy. Here come our last 5 minutes. You ready?
Yeah.
Time to go to plate, guys. 5 minutes left. I'm going to take a little bit of garlic butter, add it to my shrimp, swirl this in, and I'm going to season with a little bit of zing. This is where we're making our money right here. If you want to try your zing, log on to VooDooChef.com. Order yours today. Today and today only. We'll let it go at normal price because I haven't programmed a coupon code in forever. My apologies. All right, my shrimp's done. Pulling that off. Bringing my risotto back to heat. We're going to bring this up. Let this go hot. I got it a little hotter than normal. And you remember, I said it probably needs one more liquid. So here we go. I'm adding my shrimp back. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm pulling out some of the asparagus tips. And I'm going to pull out 3 shrimp. And the rest is going in for my last cook here. My last 5 minutes. And this pan's done. Into my dirties. So here comes my last cook. That liquid from the shrimp is going to add to the arborio. The flavors are going to combine. And now we're rocking and rolling. How you looking there, buddy boy?
What's that?
How you looking?
Looking good. I think we're about to start plating here in just a minute.
Yep, I got to break out some new gloves for plating. And we're good to go as well. We got 3 minutes to hit these numbers. I'm having more trouble putting glove on than I am cooking risotto. All right, so our risotto is looking really good. The starches are coming out. We want to get this excess moisture out. Now we added the zing, so we want to do a final taste here to see where we're at. Check the seasonings. Oh man, the cook on that risotto, fan-damn-tastic. I do think we need a little salt. We're going to go ahead and see if the Parmesan cheese will take care of that. We're going to 1.5 ounces of Parmesan cheese. We're going to get this mixed in. This is going to cream it out. Look at that coming together. Drop my heat. Now we're going to add, normally we would add butter. Of course, I'm using VooDoo Chef's garlic butter, not just add butter, but to add more flavor. Mitchell, 2 minutes. How you doing?
I'm just about done.
All right, I'm getting ready to go to plates. Look at that creaminess in that risotto, thanks to that Parmesan cheese and that butter at the end. Final tastes. Man, couldn't ask for a creamier risotto. I can ask for a little more salt. Let's get a final stir. Here we go. All right, fellas, we're going to plate. Get a nice big spoonful. Go right to the center of that plate. Now, if we wanted to put this on a dinner plate, we could. We're using I call it a risotto plate, but this is just a soup plate. So it's got the soup bowl with a nice big rim on it so that you know it's a dinner plate.
Risotto plate? Is that actually what it's called?
No, it's a soup plate.
Well,
So-
no, I mean, you said a risotto plate. I've never heard of a risotto plate.
That's what I call it. So it's got the bowl on the bottom, and it's got the rim.
Uh-huh.
We're taking 2 lovebirds here, wrapping them together right on top. Taking our asparagus, so the tips, so that you know this has asparagus in it. And look at that.
Woohoo!
Is up. We did a wonderful shrimp risotto, an amazing shrimp in rice noodles in 30 minutes. Look at that bad boy right there. Now the most important part. I can't wait to dig in. You got your plate? Look at those plates, Mitch. Hot diggity damn. All right, here's what we're going to do, guys. You saw us finish in 30 seconds, but now it's time to taste these bad boys. We're going to take a quick break, clean up a little. Oh, God, you even got the chopsticks in that bitch, dude. I love it. All right, here we go. We'll see you just on the other side of this to talk about how these things taste. We'll see you in a minute.
Whiskey lovers know how critical temperature variations are to aging whiskey. Blue Note Bourbon is crafted in Memphis, Tennessee, where it is aged in their warehouses located just east of the Mississippi River. And based on its fruity vanilla flavor with smooth oak finish, the unique microclimate of the region with high humidity and steady temperature adds up to create the perfect place for aging. Head down to the crossroads and jump into a juke joint and enjoy every bluesy note of the official bourbon of the VooDoo Chef, Blue Note Bourbon.
In my opinion, tell me, baby, listen up. VooDoo Chef is here, he's about to disrupt. He'll taste it all, give his honest critique. No sugar-coated words, he's the one they see.
So what we got here is our Day at Country Club's Wagyu Wellington burger. So this is 75-15, 8 ounce Wagyu, American Wagyu beef patty. The mushrooms on top of it we saute with the VooDoo dirt. So it's got the espresso, it's got the brown sugar, some nice sweetness. The sauce on it is a Dijon aioli. And then we've got some Gruyere Fontina blend on top of that. And underneath the sweet Vidalia onions and the scarlet butter lettuce. So we wanted to take a take on the classic beef Wellington. You got the mustard, you got the mushrooms, the prosciutto. We took the nice, soft Euro-baked brioche bun, didn't toast it, because we want that soft flakiness like you would get in a Wellington.
Holy cow, dude.
Just a little something we slapped together over our Day at Country Club, you know, things that we do on a regular basis.
Make sure you check them out. You don't have to be a member to eat there.
Just tell them Chef Tim.
In my opinion.
The Southwest is one of the hottest places in the country, and not just because of the weather, but because of the flavor. And if you're looking flavor of the Southwest, grab yourself a little VooDoo Chef Red and make it all taste amazing.
Got a secret in the kitchen, spices dance and shout. Every flavor got a mission, taste the magic, there's no doubt. With that sauce and feel the power, seasonings that never fail. In your mouth, a taste of tower, once you try, there's no avail. VooDoo Chef got the potion, feel the heat in every bite. You will worship with devotion, flavor takes you to new heights. From the grill to the skillet, every dish just smells so glad. Sprinkle now, don't you spill it, magic right here in your head. From the grill to the skillet, every dish just smells so grand. Sprinkle now, don't you spill it, magic right here in your head. VooDoo Chef got the potion, feel the heat in every bite. You will worship with devotion, flavor takes you to new heights. VooDoo Chef got the potion, feel the heat in every bite. You will worship with devotion, flavor takes you to new.
All right, we're back, guys. I had a lot of questions about the risotto bowl. I want to tell you, I call it a risotto bowl. It is just a soup plate. It has the bowl, but what makes it a plate is the big rim. And the reason I use this as opposed to Mitch's bowl, he doesn't have that rim on the end, so it's a bowl. So this would be a and the reason we use this for our risotto, the risotto, nice and creamy, would expand on a plate and spread, kind of like a big girl on the beach. We put it in here so it acts as an insulator and actually helps hold that risotto hot, keeping it nice and warm. All right, Mitch, tell us about your plate, because we are quickly running out of time, even though we met our 30 minutes.
All right, so we've got the pad thai in there with the shrimp and mushrooms, some red pepper, a little cilantro on top to add a little cool down, some peanuts for a little bit of crunch. And now for the best part.
Dude, it looks absolutely amazing. And I don't know if you could see the green room during commercial breaks. I was already eating mine because I couldn't wait. And I got to tell you,
Francis is over here. She's halfway done.
So the the tequila 512 just adds an amazing flavor to this risotto with those vanilla notes coming through. It adds to the saffron, creates a nice smooth flavor. The hearty shrimp, the asparagus, man, and that zing brings a nice flavor. This is the best part of the night.
Absolutely. Well, once we get off air, I got to go open the Blue Note.
Guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Keep a lookout. We're going to keep doing these as long as you guys want us to keep watching. We got to give a shout out to everybody checked in. We're not going to hit everybody. We got 15 PD Chef. We got Island Girl. Laura's checking in. Josh is checking in. We got Mike Mazer checking in from over in Newport Richie. Of course, we got Fleener and all the usuals on the Facebook and on the YouTube. Amazing time. Thanks for hanging with us. Mitch,
This
was
great. This was great. Absolutely loved it. And that 30 minutes you think is a long time until you get down and you got 10 minutes left, 8 minutes left, 6 minutes left. It's like.
So you're going to have a little different outlook when you're talking to your students on the line?
No.
Hell no. Hey, in the upcoming weeks, we got Billy Floyd coming on. We got IFA coming in. It's going to be amazing. Keep checking us out. We're going to keep doing this. Until then, everybody, peace and love.